26, 28, and 30. These are different because they give you an endpoint and they give you the midpoint. And you're finding the other endpoint. So if there was a sketch of this, this is at left 8 and down 1 and 0 over 3 up. They're looking for the rest of it, which is going to be up here, because this point is the midpoint. All right? So the way you do that is, remember, we're missing an x and a y, the endpoint. The way you found this 0 was you went x plus x. So the negative 8 plus the x we didn't know, and then you divided by 2, and it turned out to be 0, this x. So then you solve it, take it times 2. Negative 8 plus x equals 0. Add 8, and you get x equals 8. So for 26, the endpoint x is a 8. Then, for the y, you take the y plus the y, the endpoint y plus the endpoint y, negative 1 plus the 1 we didn't know, divided by 2 turned out to equal 3, the midpoint. So you get the same type of equation, you solve it the same way, take it times 2, and then add 1. Get rid of the 2, you get negative 1 plus y equals 6, add 1, and you get what? Y equals 7.
It's simple math.
They want you to write it as a coordinate, so they want to write it this way. So these are different from the first ones. Here you're finding the midpoint, the first 4.
Yeah.
Here you're given the midpoint, and you got to find the endpoint. So you got to write the equation out and then solve it.
Basically, you could just take the midpoint and then times it by 2 and then add it to the.
Exactly. The pattern is you take the midpoint, take it times 2, and then you do the opposite of what's there.
Yeah.
That's just solving it, because we took it, the midpoint times 2, and then we did the opposite of minus 8, we added 8. We took the midpoint times 2, we did the opposite of minus 1, add 1.
Wait, that's negative.
So take the midpoint times 2, do the opposite, add 5. Take the midpoint times 2,
You can do it all in your head.
do the opposite, subtract 9.
What? So, okay. Negative 2 times